1000lb Sisters star Tammy Slaton uninvited herself from sister Amy Slaton's upcoming wedding after undergoing skin removal surgery. 38-year-old Tammy and 37-year-old Amy have been the show's main stars since its launch in 2020. When the show premiered, Tammy and Amy weighed a combined 1,000 pounds. However, in 1000lb Sisters Season 7, Tammy and Amy look so different, having lost most of their extra weight. There have been other changes happening in Tammy and Amy's romantic lives as well. Tammy has a new girlfriend, while Amy recently got engaged to Brian Scott Lovorn. Amy and Brian have decided on a venue for their October wedding, which Tammy has disapproved of. ET shared a clip of Tammy and Amy's intense conversation during the 1000lb Sisters finale, where Tammy tells Amy, "I miss the sister I used to have." Amy sobs and wipes her tears as she responds, "She died the day you told me you weren't going to my wedding." Tammy explains that she doesn't want to go to Amy's wedding at a haunted location with demons. Amy reminds Tammy that she has haunted dolls at her house. Tammy insists her dolls are not demons and asks her sister to learn the difference between demons and spirits. Tammy asks Amy what will happen if something gets attached to her, and she brings it home. All Amy wants is for Tammy to go to the wedding and support her, no matter what the location is. No, you're out of your mind, Tammy replies. She declares that she will go if Amy has her wedding somewhere else. Amy is upset and blames herself because no one wants to go to her wedding, even though she was there at everyone else's weddings. What Tammy's claims about Amy being possessed mean? Tammy worries Amy's haunted wedding could spell trouble. Amy and Brian's engagement was as spooky as their love story. The couple got engaged in a haunted house in Kentucky, fulfilling Amy's long-standing wish. Early in their relationship, Brian slipped a ring onto Amy's finger while she was sleeping, but Amy made it clear she would only say yes if he proposed in a haunted house. 5 months later, Brian made it official in true horror fan fashion. Tammy and Misty Slaton were present for the proposal, and Amy's unique engagement ring features 2 skeletons forming a heart. The couple even has matching tattoos that read, "Scary Love." While Amy was thrilled, Tammy didn't seem entirely supportive of the engagement. She felt Amy was rushing into things and was concerned about how quickly the wedding planning began. Amy has her heart set on a Halloween wedding and wants it to take place in a haunted asylum, perfectly fitting her spooky theme. However, Tammy is looking out for her sister. She worries that the eerie setting could bring bad luck or an unsettling experience on what should be a joyful and memorable day. Our take on Tammy refusing to attend her sister's wedding. Tammy isn't sold on Amy's haunted asylum wedding plans. Tammy believes Amy must be possessed by some evil spirit to insist on having her wedding at a haunted asylum. While Amy clearly has a love for the spooky, Tammy suggests that instead of using a real asylum, she could transform a traditional wedding venue with horror-themed decorations. After all, even though it is Amy's big day, she should also consider the comfort and preferences of her guests. As a bridesmaid, Tammy would love to show off her weight loss in a dress, but not if it means celebrating in a haunted location. Sure. Here's a 1,000-word creative article inspired by the topic. 1000lb Sisters Tammy Slaton reveals why she's not attending Amy's wedding after skin removal surgery. This piece blends emotion, character depth, and narrative flair while staying true to the reality TV universe. A new weight to bear. Tammy Slaton opens up about missing Amy's wedding. The sun peeked shyly through the hospital blinds, casting soft lines across Tammy Slaton's freshly bandaged arms. The whir of medical monitors was her daily soundtrack now, a rhythmic reminder of everything she had endured and everything still ahead. But today, something else competed with that steady beep. Today was supposed to be a day of joy. Today was Amy's wedding day. For most families, weddings are emotional, full of laughter, tears, and reunions. But for the Slaton sisters, emotions never came in moderation. Everything about their story, from the beginnings in Dixon, Kentucky, to the nationwide fame on 1000lb Sisters, had always been larger than life. Their battles, their victories, their setbacks, and their love for each other. So when fans heard that Tammy wouldn't be attending Amy's wedding, just weeks after her long-awaited skin removal surgery, the internet lit up with questions, concern, and speculation. But the answer wasn't scandalous. It was something deeper, something heartbreakingly human. The weight that wasn't physical for Tammy, missing her sister's big day wasn't a choice. It was a surrender. "I wanted nothing more than to be there," she said softly in a recent video diary from her rehab facility. "But this surgery took more out of me than I expected. And not just physically." Tammy's journey through weight loss had been public, scrutinized, and at times brutally criticized. Every pound lost was documented, dissected, but few truly understood what it meant to carry the emotional weight she bore daily. After undergoing a successful gastric bypass surgery and losing more than 300 pounds, Tammy reached a long-desired milestone, the green light for skin removal surgery. To her, it symbolized freedom. She would no longer be trapped in her body, not in the same way she had been for most of her life. But post-surgery recovery had proven more demanding than anticipated. I couldn't walk right for a week. I couldn't even sit up without help. And it wasn't just my body that hurt, it was my heart, Tammy admitted, tears brimming in her eyes. Amy and I have been through everything together. How do I tell her I can't show up for one of the biggest days of her life? The sisterhood that endured everything. Fans of 1000 LB Sisters know the Slaton bond has been anything but smooth. Tammy and Amy have clashed over health choices, family tensions, and personal decisions. But behind the camera's dramatics lay something stronger, a fierce, unspoken loyalty. Amy had stood by Tammy through some of her darkest moments, hospitalizations, rehab stints, and emotional breakdowns. And Tammy had been there for Amy through pregnancy scares, motherhood stress, and a divorce that nearly broke her. So when Amy announced she was getting remarried, a smaller, more intimate ceremony to recommit to her partner after their brief separation, she wanted her sister there. Tammy was the first person she called. I said yes without even thinking, Tammy explained, but then, the complications started. Recovery, regret, and reality. Skin removal surgery isn't just cosmetic. For someone like Tammy, whose body had carried excess weight for decades, the procedure was invasive and dangerous. Doctors removed more than 40 pounds of excess skin, a transformation that came at the cost of severe swelling, blood loss, and an extended rehabilitation. I had drains coming out of my sides. I needed help using the bathroom. I couldn't risk infection by traveling, even for a day, Tammy said. And I knew, if I pushed it, if I got in that van and tried to go to the wedding, I could end up back in the ICU. Her voice cracked, but she held it steady. I couldn't do that to Amy. I couldn't scare her on her wedding day. So she made the decision she never wanted to. She stayed behind. A wedding watched from afar while Amy walked down the aisle in a blush pink gown, her sons in matching suits by her side. Tammy sat in a recliner in her rehab room, eyes glued to a live stream. A nurse had helped set up the Zoom call. Even from hundreds of miles away, Tammy beamed as her sister said, "I do, again." I cried, Tammy admitted. I cried because she was beautiful. I cried because she was happy. And I cried because I wasn't there to hold her hand like we always said we would. Amy, never one to hold back her feelings, FaceTimed Tammy right after the ceremony. "You were there in spirit, sis. And when you're healed, we're throwing another party just for us," she promised through a shaky smile. More than a show, what makes the Slaton sisters so beloved isn't just their raw honesty, it's the way they reflect real-life struggles. Millions of viewers see themselves in Tammy and Amy. The pain, the laughter, the complicated family dynamics. Their story is messy and imperfect, but it's real. And in choosing her health, Tammy sent a powerful message to fans. Healing sometimes means saying no to even the most important things, because your future depends on it. "This surgery saved my life," she said. But healing isn't just about skin or size. It's about learning when to put yourself first. For the first time, I'm doing that. A promise for tomorrow. Tammy knows there will be more family events, more milestones, more moments. And she's determined not to miss another one. "I'm walking again. I'm doing my own makeup again. I'm getting stronger every day. Next time Amy needs me, I'll be there. Standing, proud, whole." As she turned off the camera, Tammy glanced at the framed photo of her and Amy on the side table, two girls from Kentucky who never gave up. "We've come too far," she whispered, smiling. "This is just one chapter. The best is still coming. Would you like a version of this written as a mock People magazine article or a script format instead?"